Hello, and welcome back to another character creation screen. But anyway, I'm doing another Everquest Legends talk because everybody's hyped for it. I'm hyped for it. And I've been getting quite a few questions, and I wanted to answer a few questions, and then I'll answer one as we go along. But I wanted to ask a big favor. If you could please hit that subscribe button for me, that would be awesome. I have 10,500 views in the last 28 days, most of them in the last 2 weeks. So I appreciate everybody coming along for the ride, but please do me a favor as I'm trying to get to that 500 and then 1,000 subs. I would appreciate it greatly. Thank you so much for the comments, for the likes, even the dislikes. I'll take it. So let's get to the first question. From Kreggers2875. I just found out about this and I'm so hyped. Out of curiosity, will the game only cover classic EQ or will they eventually do the expansions? So, they are going to do expansions. How? I do not know. So we'll have to wait and see. I know they said Kunark was in development. And the next one from Saki Tendo, and I apologize if I say your names wrong. Did they say that they're going to revert back to the original spell levels, or are they going to be available during the levels? They currently are now on live. Given that you have to finalize your choice, the very next level, that seems like a really bad idea to wait until level 9 for your spouse. I don't know, feels like they should open them up immediately so you can get a feel for your class before you actually finalize. Well, they do have the option to switch these things at certain points. How that works, I do not know. And how the spells are going to work, again, I'm not sure. I know that they have said something about some of the spells that was not clear, so I'm not even going to repeat it. So we'll have to wait and see until we get in there. I know there's people in there. I am not one of them. And then I got a few more people that were talking about different classes. A half-elf ranger beast lord to mimic a WoW hunter, and then bard for the third class, and then a couple people talking about their wife that is going to play with them, which is awesome. And then I had another question that I wanted to kind of go over in this character creation screen, and that's why we're up here. So as you see, I've got a barbarian, and his classes that he can be is a beast lord, a berserker, a rogue, a shaman, or a warrior. So your first class will need to be one of those, and then you can pick from the other two however you want to do it. For the dark elf, you could be the cleric, the enchanter, the magician, the necro, the rogue, the shadow knight, the warrior, or the wizard. So you got quite a few of those classes that you can be, and so on and so forth up the line. So whenever you're thinking about making your class and race combination, remember that your first class has to be with your race that you choose. And that is why I'm thinking dwarf, and then paladin for me, and then a necro, an enchanter, but maybe bard. We'll see what happens when I get in there. And then I kind of was thinking about that a little bit more, and I have been watching, there's a lot of videos out on the internet right now, on YouTube, that you can see all kinds of people talking about all kinds of different things. And I think it's great. I think it's great that people are getting views, and I think it's great that are people watching and are excited. I think people are genuinely excited to try this out. So one of the things, whenever you're talking about EverQuest, you have to talk about raids. I know that even in the description it talks about being semi-solo. I like having other people to play with. I don't want to just play a solo game the whole time. So I was thinking some of the raids, let's say like Plane of Fear. Do you remember back in the day, you would all get buffed up. You would all stand there and wait for the word to go charge. And then whenever you would charge, you would then have to make sure that you ran towards the wall. And then you would hope that you didn't get wiped. Some days, you would get wiped. And it would take forever. And this is just me kind of thinking out loud. I was thinking about a class, a triple class, that might be able to do something in that. And I know there's downfalls to it. There's downfalls to everything. But let's say we start with a Cleric. And there's many classes that can be. I would pick Dwarf just because that's who I am. But, so we take the Cleric as our first choice. What would the next choice be? For me, I'm going to take a Necro. And then for the other, I am going to take a Monk. Why would I take a Cleric, Necro, Monk when I'm talking about Fear? So, in Fear, you could get wiped. So what did you have to do? You had to make it back to the area where you would then zone into Fear, and then you had to hope you got into Fear and was able to get your gear, start clearing things, people start rezzing, and it was a very long process. So as a Cleric, Necro, Monk, and I know that a lot of times Clerics are the people that get smoked early on. But if we're seeing this is going down, the Cleric needs to get to at least the best spot they can and feign death as a Necromancer. If that doesn't work, feign death as a Monk. So you kind of have two insurances for your raid. And it's not going to work every time, and I don't even know that it's going to work at all. But that was something I was thinking about with theory crafting. I'm still going to be a Pally, Necro, and Enchanter or Bard. I'm at least going to start with that. And then I'll probably play a Druid, Wizard, Enchanter. Just because I want to be able to port everywhere. I want to be able to quad kite everywhere. And just have fun. That's all I'm hoping that everyone does. Have fun. So no matter what you do, whenever you get into beta, have fun, play a game, have patience as everybody figures this out, and I hope to see you in the end game. I hope you have a great day. Please do me a favor. Again, I never ask for these. Like, subscribe, leave a comment. You can even dislike. That's okay. I've been getting those, and it's kind of funny. Thanks a lot for watching.